Welcome, everybody, to another episode of On My Sports. As always, it's your boy John J. And with me once again is my dog, D Snow from the Go. What's going on, family?
Hey boy, hey, chilling like a villain over cookies and milk. Just chilling fly high type of guy, just trying to stay excited about these new 23, 24 Bears. Trying not to get too drunk off the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? It's an exciting moment, man. A few days away from the kickoff of the football season. What a great moment, man! The fourth quarter of the year. I mean, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm doing real good. And man, for the fine folks watching or who will be watching, definitely got some news for you guys. I wanted to bring it to you right off the top, right off the beginning of the show before we get into all what we have planned for the day, the Hard Knocks finale reactions and all of that. But this will be our finale.
Yeah.
On My Sports. This is our last live stream. At least barring further notice. Definitely keep track of us via our socials and all that good stuff. But yeah, as far as our current model, the current live stream, it's gonna be on hold for a little while. But we definitely gonna continue with the fantasy football league. We did our draft last week, and we're gonna get into that later on today. But aside from that, man, it's it's a lot going on, a lot coming up. But give me something to catch your eye this week, Snow.
Man, it's a lot going on out there. Like I said, it's the final, week before the season starts. A lot going on. The biggest things that caught my eye this week, for one, man, why don't y'all leave Pat McAfee alone, man? Like I'm tired of people jumping on my man back just because he's having a little fun. I mean, yes, he's everywhere right now. He's all over ESPN. You see him. He's a part of the college football rollout in the mornings on Saturday. There's nothing like seeing him out there with his bolo tie and his cowboy boots on, doing his thing, man. But I think it's crazy that they were making fun of Pat, because he was dancing to the music during the commercials. Like, okay, for one, we get too much. We live in an age of we get too much information as it is anywhere about people. They always showing us behind the scenes this, behind the scenes that. Like, bro, we're getting a chance to see things that we never got a chance to see before. We're getting a chance to be a part of moments that we never got a chance to be before. And because of that, you guys are being oversaturated with information. And instead of enjoying it, y'all want to nitpick everything. This shit is getting stupid, man. Like, can the man have fun in between the show and the commercials? Like last week, y'all complained because he was getting drunk off the beers. This week, he dancing. Like, no matter what, the white boy can't do nothing right in y'all eyes. I don't get it. It's like no matter what, and I tell people all the time, you can't be at the top of your game if you don't got haters. And that man got more haters than a bag full of. I ain't gonna go there, but yeah, man, like it's just ridiculous, like the hate that my man been getting all week because of him having fun. He was, dancing to the little music and back and he said it during the show today. I mean, hey, if they'd have, did another a Lil John or something else after that, oh, it might have got even worse. Like he said, hey, he said that music was made for these ears and this body. Like he had me busting up laughing at him, man. But he's right, man. That music of like 2000 to 2010 was like it's nothing gonna be remade out of that. Those were some very good years of hip hop, of dance music, of crunk, of everything. But yeah, that was one of the things that caught my eye because it was funny because of course hey y'all, we all know Nick Saban sitting there looking like the dead headlights. He got the D Rose look at the All Star game. Everybody else out there doing this, and D Rose came out there like hands behind his back almost like and that's how Nick Saban been looking. But I thought it was funny when he said, people make fun of him, but let the right song come on. Nick Saban is in there jamming too, playing the air guitar, the whole nine, and nobody sees that. But it's all about always having something to say about what Pat's doing. So he loves it, and that's the thing I love about him. He embraces the hate because that's the best thing to do. If you get mad at the haters, it ain't gonna do nothing but make you look worse. You got to embrace what it is and move on. But I'm gonna move on because I thought that was pretty cool. That was a funny thing, and I know we didn't talk about it in the pregame, but I had to bring that up because Pat is right. Y'all need to get off his dick. No homo. No Diddy. No. It's stupid though. Get off my man. But hey, the last couple of things. For one, you know, Brandon Ayuk. Let's say your name right so we can make sure you his. You's an idiot. All of that, screaming, kicking, crying. I want this. I want that. Trade me. Give me my bag. You took the same bag they offered you 6 to 8 months ago. You just made yourself and your stepfather look stupid. Well, not your stepfather, because that's your real daddy. We know it. We can see it in your eyes. We know y'all wanted that reunion in Pittsburgh, but it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Now you right back where you supposed to be anyway, and they need you, as you can see. Um, and my last thing is FSU, man. FSU, man. I didn't expect to see what I've seen the first couple of weeks. It looks like we don't have any fight. Looks like our offense is sputtering, spinning in place, as they say, going nowhere fast, kind of like the Fred Flintstone thing, when he rushed starting the car and he got the feet going. That's kind of how we looking. And I'm kind of shocked, that things aren't looking on. Coach Novell, man, you got to answer to this because this is on you right now. Because yes, I mean, I feel like the guy that they brought in, to be our quarterback, he's not a horrible quarterback. He's actually a seasoned vet. If you ask me, he's been around the block. So we don't have just some kid that
That
doesn't
he has.
that we don't got some kid that hasn't been playing, that hasn't played in big games, and get big games, hasn't been around for a while. And to see what we've looked like the first 2 weeks, I mean, our season's over. Yes, I'm a Florida State fan. I don't wear enough of gear, but yeah, season's over, man. I mean, we can still be respectable. We can still have a winning season record wise, but when it comes to national championship and aspirations of being where we belong, where we thought we were climbing back to, that's not happening this year. I hope they figure it out fast. We better not lose to the Gators. We better not lose to Miami. We got some big games coming up that we still can't lose. So hopefully they turn this thing around, figure it out. But right now, all eyes is on Florida State right now.
Well, I mean, you at least the two things you got in your favor is still they got the new 12-team playoff tournament format now,
Yeah.
and with the realignment with so many new teams and new spots, who knows how many losses could get in still.
But we gonna need some other teams to get toppled because that hurt.
You absolutely will.
We lost to two teams that their strength of schedule is nowhere near gonna help us when they do their thing when the season comes. Um, yeah, that was bad. That was pretty bad to see Florida State on the national scene. I mean, look bad. Not even have a fight in them. It wasn't like it was close games. Both games was like they look like they really they got big boy. Florida State got body both of those games, man. You know, eh, man, got to wake up. Hopefully they figure it out. But right now, it's time to pull the paper bags out. We're looking like the Cleveland Browns right now, man. Like it's a shame. You shame to be a Florida State fan right now. Can't even peek our heads out. We can't talk stuff. We've never been. It's been a while since we got our feet got took from under us in the beginning of the season like this. Like that's tough. Like the first two games, we can't say nothing. We just got to do. We got to do the Homer Simpson and back into the bushes. I got it back into the bushes. One more thing before I get out of here. Hey, Miami, the way Miami went in that, I know I ain't got the right to have nothing to say, but the way Miami went into the swamp, went into Florida, went right into their den, beat the pants off the Gators. And the way that they players was talking stuff and telling the recruits not to come to Florida, that was epic. I don't know if y'all seen that footage. It's out there. It's on my page. It's out there. Just Google it. You'll see it. Man, don't go here. This the worst school to go to. I mean, you got dudes from dudes that play for Florida after the game tweeting, I don't want to be here. Like, that was pretty fun. So as I'm wallowing in my sadness, misery loves company. So, yeah, Gators,
Join in. Join in.
I know I ain't right for talking my stuff, but I
Well,
feel for y'all, man. I feel for y'all right here.
For me, what caught my eye was just more of that college football, just a full slate opening weekend.
Yeah.
I know we had the week prior where Florida State first played Georgia Tech, but this was the full slate. You know,
Yeah.
we had a lot of big games, and you know, Shador and Travis Hunter. You're gonna hear a lot about them this year. Definitely had an explosive start. One thing though about Shador, and I was hoping to see more of. I'm still hoping to see more of. It was one of my few knocks on him because I'm a fan of his,
Hmm.
but his arm strength isn't the best. Uh, a lot of times I'm seeing his receivers have to slow up on the deep routes, damn,
Mm.
damn near coming to a stop, and that to me is the only knock I have on him. He got pinpoint accuracy,
Yeah.
but because of that, I think he needs to get the ball out a lot sooner.
Trying to
You
show
know,
off too much.
yeah, he
Yeah.
got to get that
Doing a
ball
little
out
too
a
much.
lot quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that he's cool in the pocket and all of that good stuff. I get that. That's nice when it breaks down, but
Yeah.
he definitely needs to get that ball out a lot
Yeah. He
faster.
took a lot of hits and a lot of sacks last season, so I agree with that. Those hits matter. Especially in this game where they're coming faster, they're hitting harder. Got to quit taking so many, bro.
But just for your draft stock, if that's what you're looking at, just to not come up short on so many passes, catch these guys in stride instead, show off that pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
Um, but aside from that, we got games like LSU and USC. We wouldn't have seen games like this before the realignment.
Yeah.
Imagine if this was last year with Caleb and and Jaden Daniels. Somebody would have lost that
Yeah.
1 or 2 spot
You
probably
ain't lying.
in the draft. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a spectacular matchup. Um, Georgia beat the brakes off of Clemson. Um,
Yeah.
Texas, we got a chance to see Arch Manning.
Hey,
Got a
hold
chance to
on
see a
before you
lot of
jump
him.
in the Arch. The kid that's in Arch's way, man,
Quinn
that kid.
Ewers. I've, I've,
Hey,
I've
you
been bringing
hey,
his name up.
I gotta get. Hey, that's why I was going to applaud you because you brought him up. You was like, because I was asking why wasn't he playing yet, and that's why that
That's why.
kid, that
That's why.
he is the true definition of in the way. Like you can't sit him down. You gotta let him
Yeah,
play. That kid is popcorn box office. Like Texas is back, man. It's nice to see them doing their thing again. Yeah.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. But yeah, just big time college football. It was back in full effect.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of good games going on. But moving on, D Snow. Let's talk some baseball, man. Some of that around the diamond. What you got
Yes,
for us this week?
sir. Go! You weren't ready for that.
Not at all.
All right, man. So, round the diamond, man, baseball is heating up. As y'all know, we are coming to the end of the baseball season. Like I always say, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So I'm gonna make this real quick and brief. We're gonna first run through the division leaders. Right now in the American League, the Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles are still, man, basically sticking together like twins that just came out the same mama within minutes. I mean, both teams are not only playing well when they play each other. It's great baseball every time. Um, right now, they are both 10 and a half games up on the Boston Red Sox for the next person in that division. So if you ask me, that is over. I mean, we're at 138 games going into 162. So we got about 24 games left. That division is over. It's all about who's going to get that first wild card spot out of those two guys. If you ask me, the Yankees are going to pull that out. Orioles have been playing well the last couple of years, but the Yankees, with those additions that they made in the offseason, is really going to matter. All right, so as we keep it pushing, Cleveland Guardians still running the Central. Right now, I got to say one more thing because I am a Cubs fan and I love the White Sox. White Sox on pace for most losses ever in baseball history, second fastest to 100 losses in a season already. So you can do that with shake your
Let's go.
head.
Let's go. Shout out to breaking records.
Man, not only are they looking horrible, y'all looking like y'all don't belong. So let's move on. They have been eliminated from all contention. They had 31 and 109. I just got to, as y'all see, I'm going through a lot. You don't want, when I'm hurt, you don't want to mess with me.
Woo.
Yeah, so they are the only team besides the Colorado Rockies that have been eliminated from contention. But the Colorado Rockies still have 23 more wins than the Chicago White Sox.
Wow.
All right. So as I keep it rolling, Houston Astros, another one of those teams that I really like this year. For the last 10 years, the Houston Astros have been a powerhouse. I think it's crazy how they were in the Central Division, the National League for years, and they never did anything. As soon as they went to the American League, they turned into this like powerhouse. That's always been like a weird thing to me. I don't know what was the dynamics behind that. I don't know what made them decide to put them out there. I never really dug deep into it. But ever since they went out west, it's like because I was worried for them. I'm like, they going to the American League. You know, they've been killing it out there every year, man. They are
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
leading their division in the World Series or winning it. Got to get them props, man. So they're winning that division over there, doing their thing. And put it like this: if they won wrong, Seattle, Texas Rangers, Oakland, they all got to be upset. This the state division. They in the way. you know, but hey, no matter what, gotta shout out Houston. They have a great team and they're playing well again. Now, as I jump over to the National League, my favorite side of the baseball league. Hey, right now, Phillies, the team that I'm picking, like I said, my early, guy team that I think is gonna win it all. That's gonna, make it to the World Series. I think it's gonna be them in New York. But right now they are still fizzling hot, 81 and 56. 6.5 games up on the Atlanta Braves, which is another very good team. And for them to have that many games up is because of how good they are. Now, keeping it going to my division, the Central Division, the one we just talked about. Right now, the Milwaukee Brewers are doing their thing, man. It is over in that division. They're at 81 and 57, 10.5 games up on our Chicago Cubs. But we're gonna get to one thing that's great about the Cubs in just a second. So we're gonna hold it. We're gonna put a little explanation point next to the Chicago Cubs.
Little
Last
asterisk.
division, little asterisk. But the last one is the Los Angeles Dodgers. Los Angeles Dodgers are doing what they're supposed to do. 83 wins. They have the most wins in the national. I mean, and not only the National League, but in all of baseball. But I mean, they got the biggest payroll. They got the best team. I mean, they're supposed to be where they are. I mean, if they don't make it to the World Series, it's a bust. But I still think the Phillies got the one up on them. That's just how I feel. If you watch enough baseball, pitching, hitting, timely hitting. I mean, and the Phillies have been together longer. I do believe in camaraderie. I'm one of those guys that believe in yes, you can put some great players together, but guys that have been together for a while, they actually shine. And right now, I mean, Bryce Harper is right now. This is his time. He's finally, you know, giving us everything that we expected all these years. Right now, he is just, he's really leading that team and doing a great job of it and staying healthy, and that's what they need. Wild card, wild card. So right now, out of course, American League, the wild card, Baltimore Orioles, they got that top one like we just talked about. They right now, it's going to be between them and the New York Yankees, who wins that division. Whoever doesn't win automatically gets that first wild card berth. So you got them, you got the Twins, and you got the Kansas City Royals. All right, now on the other side, the National League wild card. Man, right now, for that National League wild card, you got the Padres, you have the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then you have the Atlanta Braves. Now, I told you a minute ago we had to put a little asterisk next to those Chicago Cubs. Man, the Chicago Cubs started out the season red hot. They were having a great season. Looks like we were on our way to maybe, finally turning things around and having consecutive winning seasons. And then, man, it's like the plateau thing. We just really dropped off, just fell off like crazy. Just all of a sudden, we couldn't hit, we couldn't pitch. We were losing all the close games. It was just bad for a while. People started talking bad about us again. We was the lovable losers. And then all of a sudden, something woke up and the Cubs really, really have been on a very, very hot tear. My Cubs, your Cubs, right now they are 4 games out of that last wild card spot. Um, as a realist and as a true baseball guy, I'm going to say that the Cubs are probably not going to make it. It's going to be really tough, but I'm rooting for us to do it. I hope we do. So on the fan side of it, I'm going to say we are going to make it. On the other side, I don't know. But it'd be nice to see us, like you always say with the Bulls. It's one thing to say, everybody wants to be a champion. You want to be in the top 3 or 4 or 5, but to just stay, you know, in contention, to just, show that every year we're playing to actually make it somewhere. That means
Playing
something for me
some,
and my Cubs.
yeah,
So the Cubs need
facts.
that. The city needs that. And like we talk about all the time every week right now, as a Chicago fan, every team seems like, besides the White Sox, doo-doo-doo, every team is really trying their hardest to be on the winning side of things. We're trying to bring out some type of winning program. We're trying to, play winning sports in Chicago. And the Cubs, it was so nice to see that turnaround for them. Even if they don't make it, to see them to at least have back-to-back winning seasons would mean a lot for me when it comes to building that team. Real quick before we get out of here, and we move on to the most important things in sports, because we all know that everybody doesn't love baseball, even though D Snow does. The hottest hitters in baseball right now, the top 3 hitters right now, that boy Aaron Judge, that boy Bobby Witt, and that boy Juan Soto. Aaron Judge's numbers, they look inflated. It's like we're back to the, it's like we're talking about the, what I'm saying, when they were, what was they calling it when they was the juice ball time. Right now, Aaron Judge through 137 games, he's only played 137, y'all. My man is at 51 home runs, 124 RBIs, 158 hits for the season, batting 324, slugging 707. That's nuts, man. Like
It
we
really
still
is.
we
It
still got
really is.
a nice handful of games left. There's no reason why he can't still surpass last year's total of 62 home runs. But he's on, man. Aaron Judge is a phenomenal baseball player, man. One of those, like what we call him, one in the generation type of talents. One in the generation type of talents. I
Yeah.
talk about Bobby Witt every week. Hey, Bobby Witt is, if you are a baseball guy, if you're not up on Bobby Witt, check him out. You got to see him play. He plays a mean shortstop, and the kid is really playing well. He's not he's not doing the just thing, but he's still right there. I mean, 30 home runs, 97 RBIs. I mean, he's hitting a hefty 339. On base percentage, is right up there, above 390, slugging above 600. So he's doing his thing. And then the last guy, my man, and right now, man, when he first got to the Yankees, I told people, I said the Yankees are back, and this kid is going to go to the wall. He's going into the hall, and he's going to probably have to have 2 caps, because he did his thing at Washington, and now he's doing his thing in New York. And that's my man Juan Soto. Hey, Juan Soto is having a phenomenal season, man. It is not easy to step into that spotlight in New York and do your thing, and he stepped right into that, and he's embracing it. Like I said last week, a couple weeks ago, him and Aaron Judge are the best 1-2 punch in baseball. I mean, it's just crazy what they're doing. That's why the Yankees are back. They are making it tough to pitch to them. And hey, right now, he's really 37 home runs, 96 RBIs. Hey, and by the way, him and Judge combined for 222 walks this season. That tells you enough right there.
We don't want no smoke.
220 walks is a lot.
That's
That's a
crazy.
lot. That's a lot. So hey
That's
man,
crazy.
I
That's a
know
lot.
football is back, basketball's around the corner, but baseball's it's going to be a great postseason. So we're going to see some magic. When everything starts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So appreciate that. Around the
Yes,
diamond
sir.
with D Snow. Appreciate that. Yes,
The
sir.
Snizzly
D
around the Grizzly.
Schnizzle. So man, let's talk about this hard knocks training camp with the Bears, episode 5, the finale episode. Um, it was final cut down. And it was really interesting. We didn't get a chance to go live last week, and I was gonna talk about it, but they had the final cut down day on this episode, but the final cut down day was before last episode in real
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
So, it was not as dramatic as they made it out to be on TV
yeah. Because we knew already.
at this point.
So I made it
We had
look tough.
already knew.
Yeah,
But it was still cool to see from that perspective. But that was cool. Kevin Warren, the CEO, he really got a chance to shine. He got a lot of camera time during this whole series. I think. I don't know how often we get the CEOs talking for Hard Knocks, but ours definitely made sure to have his face out there. That was one of my takeaways from the
I
series as a
mean,
whole.
I think it's crazy. I mean, just the whole fact, us being from Chicago, born and raised, us watching the Bears, how they've run the organization over the years, to see this many black faces, at the top of the food chain, it's a breath of fresh air. And to have and to see
Facts.
them talk, they're not just faces; they actually talk. So
Yeah. Their
yeah,
presence is felt.
yes,
Yeah. Um, but then we got a lot of first person perspective from a lot of the final cut down candidates. Um, some of the main ones: Austin Reed, Brett Rippon, and Velus Jones. Um, Velus Jones made the team, of course. There was a lot of love around the table when they discussed Velus Jones. That's
yeah,
something that I noticed.
yeah,
He shined when he went to that running back position. Um, but as far as
yeah.
the quarterbacks, they ended up only going with two quarterbacks. Um, Brett Rippon, the veteran, he ended up getting cut. They wanted to bring him back for the practice squad, which would have blocked Austin Reed from making a practice squad. But Brett Rippon ended up signing with the Vikings, which opened the door for um, Austin Reed. So that was a good piece of detail that I, for one, didn't know about.
And we
Um,
both were shocked at that because we didn't expect them to run with three rookies like that because that's what you basically get right now. I mean,
yeah,
Basin is
but
a
he's
pretty
on the
good quarterback,
he on the practice squad, so he's not even on the roster. So
yeah,
it's just the
but you can
two
still always
quarterbacks
pull
right
them
now.
up if somebody get hurt right at any time.
Yeah, they talked about that too on the episode that three times because they showed him was signing his contract for the practice squad. Um, three times under his contract that he can come up. So to the active roster. So it was pretty cool to see from that perspective. Um, of course, the other guy that Velus Jones was competing against, Ian Wheeler, he had a torn ACL, which we knew about last week. We
Yeah,
saw that
yeah,
happen. Um, but I
yeah.
believe
That
they
yeah that took the energy away from that one because that would have been a good season finale. Who's gonna yeah.
but we got more of the Caleb and Flus one-on-one time.
Yeah.
Um, so it seems like that's a connection that we're seeing a lot more of than we probably expected, more than I expected for one. Um, but just talking about how many reps they was trying to get in for him before the opener. It was somewhere around 100 reps he had mentioned. Um, but then one moment that I thought was really dope was Jalen Johnson going to the rookie Rome Odunze, the receiver, to try to get some work in on option routes. It was cool to see the vet go up to him and was like, "Look, man, I want to work on some option routes. You want to help me out?" And Rome did what he had to do, and he made it hard for the vet. So I thought that was dope. That was super dope to see that. And just seeing how somebody like Jalen Johnson going to the rookie, Jalen Johnson just signed a big time deal this offseason. To see him going to the rookie, asking him on some of his option stuff. Like,
And that also speaks to the talent of how good the rookie is as well.
yeah,
I mean, that I think that's going to really go down as one of the most underrated moves in Bear history. Picking that kid up at 10 to go with your quarterback to give him a bookcase, show another end, and just say, okay, you guys can just roll together on these contracts and everything. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's exciting.
Again, I mentioned it before, but it's hey, it stands to be said. It's something that you're gonna hear for the rest of their careers. This is the first ever quarterback wide receiver top 10 duo that was drafted in the same year. Like it's never
Yeah.
happened where a quarterback and a receiver were drafted to the same team the same year in the top 10. So you're gonna hear about that for the rest of their career. Their history for the entire league. So yeah, they should grow and progress real nice together. Um, and then got a chance to see Montez Sweat getting some work in with the rookie on the other side with Austin Booker, the other edge rusher. I thought that was good to see.
Yeah.
But then the meat and potatoes of the episode was all about the cuts. And right before they started showing Ryan Poles doing his cut down game, um, he talked about his experience. He was a player. He came in and did a training camp with the Bears and got cut. And he never went back and played again. That was his first and only time.
Mm.
So he's been on the other side in that building. So that's an interesting perspective. Um, but when it came time to do the cuts, it was like ripping off a band-aid. Like for a while, he was like emotionless. As soon as they walk in and sit down, so we're gonna cut you. So we're gonna cut you. So we're gonna release you. Like it was instant. But I mean, people respect that. Straight to business. We
Yeah.
ain't finna bullshit you any of that. Like straight into it. But yeah, he was like emotionalist until he got to Austin Colbert. I don't know if you recall the episode before. This is the kid that had the near-death experience that he had talked about. Um, Ryan Poles cried when he cut him.
Mm.
Like he could barely look him in his eyes. Like he had to get up and walk off camera and everything. It
Wow.
was like you could feel that the emotion in that. Like it really meant a lot. Like you could tell that one hurt. Um, and right now the kid is a free agent too. He's not on the roster. He's not on the practice squad either. But
Good luck to that kid, man.
yeah, for real. Um, but then just after the final cut downs, it was more family time. Got a chance to see, of course, more of Jonathan Owens talking to Simone Biles. They're gonna milk that for all it's worth. Um, DJ Moore got a brand new crib. We got a chance to see the new crib, and he announced that he got a baby on the way. So that was cool. And then to see Ryan Poles was already back to scouting. He was at the Georgia Clemson game just this past weekend. And then I had read that he had flew to another game. I forgot which other one it was. They didn't show it on Hard Knocks, but that wasn't the only game he went to this weekend. So you could tell he scout at heart. Um,
That's the one thing we starting to learn. Ryan Post is always working, for real. Like he is
exactly.
for real, always working. He's always trying to make the team better. I mean, this we might actually have a chance at keeping somebody in house for a while for once. It's nice to see that Ryan Post might actually, unless somebody throws a bag at him that he can't refuse and he leaves us. I think he might be entrenched with the Bears for a while. And with everything coming up with the new stadium and all of the other stuff that's going on, like we need to continue to be a winning team and be where we belong. And that's back, in a part of football talk every week. And I mean, it's exciting to see him do his thing. And I love the way even like when the episode start off, it started off showing him on straight business, man. Like this
Yeah.
dude, you could tell he eats, sleep, and drinks football for real.
Yeah. And you could tell this show definitely raised his profile even more than it
Oh, for sure.
already
Oh,
was
for
heading
sure.
into the season.
Yeah.
So he definitely has a chance to be one of the great ones and stick around for a long time. It all rests on the shoulders of what Caleb does. If Caleb
Yeah.
makes it, yeah, Pose is going to skyrocket.
I don't
And
I don't see it not I don't see how unless he unless he really comes out there and just shits the bed, bro. Like I don't see like this is it's hey look, we can quit speculating in a few days.
yeah,
we get to we
facts.
get to see the real thing for 4 straight quarters.
Eh,
And that's why and to the fans out there, we talking all this stuff because we got busy lives, we got so much going on. But if the Bears are doing what we think they're gonna do, we're gonna be on here talking about it.
Facts.
We're gonna be too excited, even if we just got to do little spurts. But this is gonna be a really exciting moment in Bears history, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be rocking.
But and then one thing that I think It's probably gonna catch a lot of people's attention back in Chicago. I kind of, uh, I kind of agree with Pose on this one, but I think it's going to definitely be a hot topic. I'm sure on their radio stations tomorrow. But um, Pose was getting calls for Velus Jones. He was getting offers from other teams, and he said out of his mouth that he wouldn't go below a fourth round pick for Velus Jones. And I'm sure some
Mm.
people gonna question, like, if you could get anything for him, do it. But I gotta admit, I liked his reasoning in that, because you got somebody that can play receiver here and there. You got somebody that now has shown his ability to play running back and the potential to do it well. Somebody that's already really good in special teams. So that's a lot. He ain't giving all that up for less than a fourth round pick. So I kind of commend that. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of people. Anybody that has hate for Velus Jones is going to be like, see, Pose, he could have got a draft pick for him. Even if it was a fifth round, take it. I could hear it. You
No,
know,
but
our fans.
this the thing though. I think at this moment, because of everything we're seeing, because of the way that every move he's making, every decision he's making is always hitting perfect. I think the Bears fans, as grumpy and as as uptight as they be sometimes, I think people are really just trusting him right now. Because it's like every decision he's making has been golden. So until he makes the wrong decision or makes a slip up, because that's the thing, though. Of course, as soon as he makes the wrong decision, they're gonna jump on it. It's
Well, we
stupid.
already know that they already do that. They gonna
Yeah,
pick out every little thing that happens
yeah.
with a fine tooth comb. It's already happening, even still right now with his success. It's always gonna be somebody to say, "No, you should have did this instead of this." But hey, I'm rocking with it, and I'm enjoying the ride. Can't wait to see where it goes. But yeah, and then they showed Flus. I don't know if you knew this about Flus. I did, but it was good to see. He has an apiary. Um, bee net. He got beehives, and has a beekeeper, and he makes his own honey. How crazy is that? So
Hey,
they showed him at his apiary.
hey, if y'all ain't never seen that movie, The Beekeeper, Ryan Post might be the beekeeper.
No, Flus,
Flus, right? Flus
Flus,
might be.
evil Flus.
Yeah, he might be the He might be the beekeeper. Y'all better watch it. And then, like you say, dude, like not only is he starting his stock going up as well as not only a coach but a team guy and a people guy. The nicknames, man. I love the nicknames, man. The dude has all the cool nicknames. The V12 one, hey, that's iconic. I love it. I
Yeah.
love the V12 one. That's perfect. Hey, that's the cool.
On multiple levels though, because it ain't
Yeah.
only that he as fast as a V12 engine, but he also Valus, number 12. So
Right. That's what I
it's
saw. I
double.
was like,
It's
I said,
both
okay,
like
coach, I like that one.
yeah. Flus K. That's clutch right there. You
Hey,
should
hey,
make some
Flus,
money off of that one.
hey, Flus got the. Hey, I gotta give coach some props. And the other thing too that I am loving,
I
I
like
know
what he
people.
told Rome though. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to
No, no,
forget
good. What
why
did
you
you say
were
wrong?
still
What did
on
you say wrong?
on nicknames. This was a couple weeks ago when he was doing the nicknames, and he was like, I can't give you a nickname." He was like, Rome. That's too cool already as it is. He was like, it's already too cool. Rome. It's like it wasn't built in a day.
No, I was gonna say something that we talked about that we didn't really make a big issue of, but the fact that the uppers, the upper heads, the higher ups in the Bears didn't want them to have, that they cut out the cursing. That they didn't let, something that we will see every week in every episode in Hard Knocks, which one of the things I didn't like about them taking it away is kind of like what
I
they
was
say in the
hoping to see
beginning.
it.
Yeah, no, but the thing, like what they say in the beginning of the Pat McAfee show, there is some cursing sometimes because this is how regular people talk in the real world.
That's
I
why I was
love how
hoping
they
to
throw
see it.
that out there at the beginning of the Pat McAfee show because that is real. And in football, but on the other side of it, you do want to make it a family show. The Bears are one of the four founding football teams in football history, and they do have fans from little all the way up to big. I thought that was pretty cool that they did that so the kids could enjoy it too. I think that was cool because in other years, yeah, they be wilding out on there. They be saying the most on Hard Knocks. but they knew that
Yeah,
this was going to be a different eye on them this year. They couldn't do that this year. They had to be careful with that, and I think it was smart.
yeah.
I think
I
it
mean,
was smart.
it probably was a very smart business model for their business model.
Yeah.
But I still wanted to see it. I mean, it comes
Oh,
on
oh,
at eight.
oh, in season, or it's going down. Oh,
It's 8 o'clock at night during the
hey,
week
when
on
when in
HBO.
season starts, the
That's
cursing will be back. And they're
it's,
probably gonna double it up.
but still, it's 8 o'clock at night during the week on HBO. It ain't
Right? You
supposed to
saying
be
yeah?
for the kids anyway.
Yeah, I feel you. It's just prime
But
time, late night, and it's on
I mean, I
HBO.
get it.
Yeah,
It's they protecting their brand, so I
yeah.
respect that. To have the wherewithal to protect your brand in that manner, if that's your thing. Um, so that's cool. But all in all, I enjoyed the season. It was a good chance to see our team in a different light.
Yeah.
Um, so that was pretty cool. But aside from that, man, it's opening week, cuz. It's opening week, fam. Oh man. The NFL is going down, y'all. We got Thursday, we got Friday, we got Sunday, we got
Man, I
Monday.
forgot it's a
It's
Friday
going
game. I forgot
down.
about that.
Yeah, the Packers and the Eagles in
Are they
Black
doing that one?
Theater.
Are they doing that on Prime or what? Okay, so which one is the Friday game coming on? Because it's got to
Uh,
be a stream. I don't think they're gonna do that on TV, right?
I
Let's get the
want to.
fans prepared for that.
I want to say that's on NBC or something. It's
Really?
no
Okay.
Peacock.
So
That
they are
is
gonna stream it. They are gonna stream it. See, I
Peacock.
figured that. I knew they were gonna stream it. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Um. So yeah. So Thursday, the kickoff, September 5th, NBC, Ravens at the Chiefs.
Sir.
Give me let's we're gonna go over this opening week schedule, and I want some picks real quick.
Okay.
We're gonna end this stream fun. So who you got in that Ravens Chiefs game?
Oh man. So I'm not gonna lie to you, and I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, we both are very, very, very big fans of Big Trust. You know, we hey, we know what Lamar brings to the table, but oh my God. Hey, Mahomes got Christmas gifts this year under his tree. Not
Oh,
only did
yeah,
that they did lose somebody on defense. I think losing Snead is going to be a big hit to them. But I mean, they've already showed us that they know how to just plug and play, retool, and keep it moving. So I gotta go with them. I gotta go with Pat Mahomes and KC. I think they coming out flying. I think they're gonna put up 30 plus, man. I think they coming out to play. I think it's gonna
yeah,
be. I think it's gonna be exciting. I think it's gonna be probably like 30-23, something like that. 30-19, somewhere in that range. But yeah, I think they're coming out there to put up big points, and I think it's gonna be. Hey, they come to show people that they want that three-peat. So I don't think they're not gonna stumble out the gate. What you think?
yeah. I'm inclined to agree. I got the Chiefs in this one. I think the Ravens, although I still like them, but I think they kind of regressed just a little bit this year.
Mm,
They
mm.
still a playoff team. Do
What
they
do you think they
do
regressed
they
at
win?
though? Because
Do they win a
I
division? I
mean,
don't know.
they didn't lose. Well, no, they did lose somebody on defense. I forgot about that.
They lost
That
Patrick Queen.
yeah, I
Um,
forgot about that. Hey
And
Roquan, we gonna see
O
what you look like for
Odell
real now.
didn't Odell didn't do a whole lot, but he was still a vet in that room.
Yeah.
He gone.
Okay.
Um, so I still think that they gonna be a problem. Don't get me wrong. That's why I said just a slight regression. They still a playoff team. Definitely gonna compete for that division, but I don't know if I want to just give them that division this year. Um, it's gonna be tough for them. But I definitely got the Chiefs in this one. I think Xavier Worthy is gonna have a big first game. I'm calling that right now. I'm
Oh,
calling that right now.
they getting ready to
They
air that thing
opening
out.
up the box right out the gate. Andy Reid is
He want
maniacal
to show
like
off his
that.
new tour.
He
Oh, Pat
finna
Mahomes, that
Tyreek
type of
Hill
guy.
that
Yeah.
boy. He finna
He
Tyreek
wanna
Hill
show
that
off his
boy.
new tour. Then what that's gonna do is it's gonna give Kelsey like a few weeks to not have to get banged up like he did last year. Yeah, Kelsey gonna take a lot less hits this year.
And not only that, you got Kelsey and Chris Jones. The last season, remember they had the holdout to begin the season.
Oh, that's true.
Um, they there, this time around.
Locked
So
in. Locked in.
yeah.
And that's
No,
taking
no,
nothing away
no
from
judgment
Baltimore.
against Rasheed Rice. I know
Look,
Hollywood Brown is out, but I think they got this. Although Derrick Henry,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. To the other side of the ball,
Derrick
Derrick Henry.
Henry.
Hey, what you expecting from him first game?
I I think he's gonna be even better there than he was in Tennessee. Than he was in Tennessee.
Especially if they're
So
running an option. If they're running an option type run where you don't know if if Lamar's gonna keep it or give it to him, oh, it's gonna get
I think he
sketchy.
can have a big first game. I think he can have a big first game. He gonna do more on the ground than through the air.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, I'm definitely calling that. They're gonna get more yardage on the ground than through the air. I don't. I think they're gonna run Derrick Henry a lot. I think Lamar gonna get on the run. Although he been throwing the ball a lot last season, but I think Derrick Henry gonna run the ball a lot.
Yeah, I'm expecting a good breakout second season for the kid that what's the little short kid, they wide receiver that went crazy for Baltimore last year?
Xavier,
Forgot his name that
Xavier,
fast.
Zay
You know,
Flowers, Zay
yeah,
Flowers.
hey, I'm expecting them good nut. And by the way, that's the type of football they play. I think this just made them better. People not giving them the props that they deserve for bringing in Henry. Like I think because they already really run the ball and they use their tight ends. That's the type of game they play. Now you
Yeah,
bringing in a
they
stud. You bringing
smash
in a
mouth.
stud. Like you go eight in the box. Oh man, Zay, and you got a healthy tight. You got two healthy tight ends because I think with what's the name getting hurt last year, that helped. That helped likely to not only grow with Lamar, but to get better as a player. So now that you bring him back, 89. I don't know why I can't get his name on top of my tongue. The other tight
Mark
end,
Andrews.
Mark Andrews. Yes. Now that you bring him back, oh man, I think that offense is going to man. They are going to they gonna beat people up every week, bro.
Yeah, so
They gonna,
that's definitely gonna be fun.
yeah.
But moving on, and we ain't gonna take a whole lot of time with a full
Okay.
scouting report for each one because that's gonna
Okay.
take up
Yeah, that was just a big
a
game.
long time.
Defending champ was against, you know,
But in Brazil, Friday on Peacock, it's going down. The Packers and the Eagles.
yeah.
You got in that one. That's gonna be an interesting one.
All right. So I know we're Bears fans and we got to stick to what we stick to, but think this might be a prime situation for Green Bay to stick in there and get a win on Philly, man. You know, Philly's coming out there with all of the, it's a lot of hype around them right now with Saquon, and they just actually signed somebody else I saw the other day. I mean, Eagles are constantly, the Eagles are just like the Bears. Every day, it seems like they are trying to find a way to get better, and I love that. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna go with Philly.
That changed quick.
Can't be betting with Green Bay, man.
That changed quick.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. I am a Jordan Love fan. I like what he brings to the game. What he did last year with those rookie receivers, and to actually play well, and then what they did with Dallas, I think that was a very big, another extra straw in his hat. But man, Philly really does have a good team. They legit are a Super Bowl contender, and I think they have something to prove. The only reason why I think it's in the middle of who could win or not is because it's at a neutral site. I don't know what the fields are going to be like, what it's going to be like over there, playing, in St. Paul. So we'll see. We'll see. That's the only thing I don't know about. But I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm gonna go with Philly with that one now because I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle, but I think they're gonna show off their new toys just like KC. I think they're gonna showcase what the Giants gave up, and then we're gonna get it. And we both agree that we think something wasn't right with Hurts last year. So I think those kids are gonna come out. I think they're gonna come out balling. I'm expecting big points from that game.
I definitely expect big points from that game. And I don't know. I kind of hurts. I don't know. That kind of. I don't know that I think that wasn't him
Mm,
last season.
mm.
I think a big deal was Shane Steichen leaving. I think that probably showed how good Shane Steichen is as a
Wow.
coordinator.
Okay.
Um, And I don't. That's not a. I still got. I still like Hurts, but he needs to get better. I mean, he had a issue with turnovers to begin with. Um, but that is a tough one to call. I agree. Both offenses are dynamic. I do think that Philly is a contender. Um, Despite last year, I think that they're gonna have a little bit less pressure because of the collapse last year. If I honestly, um, but man, how the hell was they able to pull off that Johan Dotson trade in division? That just leveled them up so much. I
Yeah.
feel like was it
Nobody
with a
trades in
third
that division.
receiver,
Yeah, I don't understand
and
what happened right there. Yeah.
I I think that that might be enough. Oh,
Push them
I
over the
think I
top.
put to put them over in this Green Bay game, but that man, I think Green Bay is gonna go far this year. I got a high expectation, so this isn't me being biased against
Yeah.
Packers. I got a lot of expectations for them, but man, that's a tough one, man. Because both I feel like both secondaries can be had.
Yeah.
I like Josh Jacobs, but I really liked Aaron Jones with them. They got a
My
he helped out Jordan Love a lot.
yeah. And now they got a upgrade at that position, if you ask me. You know, because Aaron Jones is small compared to bringing in the kid from Las Vegas. He's
Yeah.
gonna really fit in well, and that's gonna be one of those games. Whoever has the ball last wins. That's what that's gonna be.
But I think Saquon Barkley is going to be a dynamic upgrade for the Eagles.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
I think that's why I got to rock with the Eagles. I think
Yeah,
Saquon is about to go hit an elite level now.
yeah.
Because look what they got around them. You got
Mm.
Saquon and a triple threat of receivers and Dallas Goddard.
No, like fantasy owners, if y'all have Saquon, and if you have my guy that went to the like we didn't just talk about the kid, the guy that went to Baltimore, to the man. to- if you got either one of those guys, man, they are finally in positions where it's not all about them no more.
Oh, with
Them
Derrick
boys
Henry.
finna, yeah, both of those boys finna eat this shit
Yeah, you
because
can't stack against them like you used to. You
they,
can't stack eight in
yeah.
the box. Like if you stack eight, if you stack eight in the box against Derrick Henry, Lamar is gonna eat you. With little
Mark
dump off
Jacobson
to it.
likely. They gonna tear you
Yep.
up. They gonna tear you up with the
And
tight end.
Zay
And so
Flowers in that
that's
little
over top.
intermediate route in the slot. Yeah.
And then on the other side, same thing with Philly. Like, dude, I mean,
Philly,
and
like
it's
I just mentioned,
Saquon
all them
is
weapons.
and Saquon is dynamic out of the backfield as a catcher too. Like, I'm expecting a big year from him. I'm expecting barn injury. That Philly team is going to be flying every week, man. Fly Eagles Fly is going to be something we see on Sports Center every week, man. I'm really expecting big things from them, and it's going to really open it up for their wide receivers as well. You know,
Yeah.
like this is going to really open up. Like the Giants dropped the ball letting that kid go to their division team that they hate the most. Like that shouldn't have never happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Should have shipped
So
that
yeah,
boy off.
that's gonna be such a fun game. They got two strong games to kick off.
Yeah,
But then Sunday, it all goes down the first full slate.
yeah,
Of course, we got the Bears and the Titans.
yes, sir.
Which way you going on that one?
Come on, man. So
And it's in Chicago.
Tennessee, eat it. No, no, but so we talk about Tennessee a lot. They did a lot to get better. I think that's going to be a good measuring chip for both teams in that game because both of those teams are on the up. They're both building. They both coming out. You know, they got a lot of new shiny pieces. It's going to be a good game, but I think the Bears are going to blow Tennessee out. Yeah, Thomas Preto, tell them Bears, baby. Yeah, man, I think the Bears are going to blow them out. I think the Bears are going to blow them out. I think we're going to run the ball a lot. I think we're not going to force Caleb to really, really do a lot in the playbook this first couple of weeks. I think we're gonna take it easy, do a lot of running, a lot of short stuff, depending on our defense, which I think our defense is gonna really shine this year. I didn't get to pick the best defense for none of my fun fantasy teams, man. They
so
was going quick.
so I of course I agree. I'm picking the Bears, but I do like the Titans' improvements. I think they did a lot this year. They're gonna be better. Um, but I think the Bears did more. I actually think, and I know I'm the main one that I don't want to put pressure on the kid, but I would be surprised if they go just air it out early.
Mm,
Like just try to catch them off guard because no, maybe no one that will expect it, but I think they might let him off the leash early and just see what he can do. Because that's another team that has a lot of firepower. He can go every direction. There is
yes.
literally no bad option.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be, at least early on, maybe not throughout the entirety of the game. Maybe he doesn't throw 50, 60 passes, of course.
Hmm.
But early in the game, I think they might try to attack right out the gate. I mean, even the running back is a pass catching back with
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift. And then, we talked about Velus Jones. You added another receiver as a running back. So who knows what type of trickery they do there. I do think they will get into the running game a lot, but
That's what I'm
historically,
expecting.
historically, Shane Waldron, the coordinator, didn't run a whole lot in Seattle. He did run the ball, but not he wasn't a smash mouth. He didn't run a smash mouth offense. Um, so I could see them testing those receivers early. I think spreading the ball around. Um, they seem to take the gloves off with Caleb, so I think they're gonna see what they got early. Um, but yeah, I'm going with the Bears on that one. But after that, we got the Cardinals and the Bills. Cardinals at the Bills. Who you got in that one?
All right. Bills easy. I ain't gonna even waste no time. I am a Josh Allen fan. I think he's gonna come out and shine this year. And this is just that's his division to conquer. He is the new Tom Brady of that division. But yeah, I think they're gonna whoop on them. That's gonna be easy money. That's gonna be easy money.
I think I want to go upset.
Go for it.
I think I want to go upset here. I like Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong, but
Now remember they in
he
Buffalo.
can turn over the ball a lot too. Yeah, it's still warm though. Um, he can turn over the ball too.
Yeah,
I like that coach over there in Arizona. He got Kyler back healthy. He got Marvin Harrison over there. Um, they're not gonna be a threat, but early on in the season, they might sneak up on Buffalo, who we don't know who's gonna be his top receiver. It's probably gonna be the tight end, Dalton Kincaid, who's gonna step up and be his go-to guy. No Diggs,
yeah,
no who's the guy y'all Davis, Gabe Davis. Um some changes over there. New OC. I don't know. This might be prime upset. You
yeah.
know,
Never know.
a early season smack in the mouth to get them right. So yeah, that might be upset alert. You heard it here first. Well, I don't know. I ain't watched nobody else's take on it, so you might have heard it somewhere else. I don't know. Um, but down in your neck of the woods, Jaguars at the Dolphins. What you got?
Yeah. The battle of the bruisers in Florida. Hey, that's gonna be a good game, man. Shout out to their coach. He just inked a new contract today. The coach for the Dolphins. He deserved that. I mean, making it to the
McDaniel,
playoffs too. Yeah, McDaniels, Mike McDaniels. Yep. Made it to the playoffs 2 out of the first 3 seasons as they coach. That's big down there in Miami. And we watching getting to know that team last year, watching Hard Knocks and everything. If you didn't fall in love with him as a coach, you don't like football and you don't like people because he's a cool dude. But football wise, man, this is they just really gave a lot of money to Trevor, man, and I'm just hoping that that's not going to be
Trevor and
like
Tua both got signed this offseason.
I mean
They
because
both
that's
got it.
like the thing I've been saying. They've been saying a lot about what's going to happen with Dak. If Dak takes that money, he's going to have to get used to playing with less. I mean, that's what these guys are really seeing right now, man. They took a lot of money. I mean, yes, and the thing to me, at least Tua got Tyreek. Actually, Tua got a couple of dudes over
and
there. I
Waddle
like. Yeah, he got a couple of
and
dudes. I'm like,
Mostert
hey,
and
if you gave those
A-Chain.
if you gave those same wide receivers to Trevor Lawrence, I think he'd be in another world. Because man, you name the guys he got, they're not the same. It's not the same wide receiver room.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle gonna probably go around the league, and it's gonna be
That's
a
a thousand.
lot of
That's a
quarterbacks
thousand
gonna keep
yards
their
every
job.
year. That's 1,000 yards every year for those two,
That's
for sure. As long as
that's
they're not
probably
hurt, they
like
give you a
about
thousand.
2,500 yards every year between the
Yeah,
two.
man, talk. You ain't lying. With at least 10 tutties, for real.
Man,
You know. So I really believe that the Jaguars are in trouble this year. I'm being honest with you, man. I think they're gonna lose this first game. I know I got the hat on. I know the fans are not gonna be happy, especially after I just bared up and we finna blow them out. I tell you. But yeah, man. That hey, Miami got something. They always play well in the first half of the season too, and you can book that. That's one of the things you can book on Miami.
yeah,
Those that first half of the season, they always play well. It's that second half of the season when it gets cold, when they start having to play on the road, is when things change for them. So I think that game is in Miami, right? Oh yeah, it's gonna be
yeah,
smoking hot out there. Yeah, I'm going with Miami for the win. Miami for the W. And hopefully the guys don't party too hard before the game because it's the first game of the season. So hopefully, because the Jags have something to prove. Y'all let us down last season. The defense did not look well. The offense was did not look well. We need we need a better showing from you guys this season. So I'm hoping for the best. But I think that first game, I think it's gonna be close. But I think that Miami with that run game, running as long as they're running at a high level like they did last year, I don't think we're gonna be able to stop them. The defense isn't prepared for that. It's gonna be running gun.
yeah. I agree. Um, I I'm gonna agree with you there. I got the Dolphins. Like you say, early on in the season, it's hot outside. That ball is flying. They scoring
Yeah,
from every which way. Everybody is looking dynamic. Everybody on that offense look like they about to break a record this season. Those first couple games. Um, so yeah, I won't even say much about that one. One thing though with the Jaguars that I am looking forward to watching is the development to see if Brian Thomas, if he can develop that chemistry with Trevor and be the go-to guy there. Because I think his potential is through the roof. So I definitely want to see what they got there.
I'm hoping for that, man, because you've been talking good about him even before they drafted him, because that's the guy that they had on their draft board, and for them to get him was big for them. And
Yeah,
hopefully he does step up because that was another weapon out there in LSU that was really doing well. So hopefully
yeah,
that can translate to the NFL.
yeah, and he might be a fantasy sleeper too, out of
Mm,
the rookie draft picks, just because he's going into a situation with less around him.
yeah, there's
He
no
might
big
be able
number
to
one out
develop that
there. Yeah.
instant chemistry and outdo some of the guys that were drafted ahead of him. Um, but moving on, the Panthers at the Saints. Who you got?
All right, man. Panthers at Saints. We are going to go with the Saints. Right now, I still think that the Panthers are still trying to figure out their identity. We didn't see a lot from Bryce this preseason. Like, I don't know what was up with that. I mean, how do you expect the kid to get better if he's not getting reps? I don't know. Maybe he's going to come out and prove us all wrong and come out there and throw 5,000 yards and, and 20 touchdowns this year. You never know, but I don't see it. I'm worried about, was that a horrible pick? Was that's going to always go down in history, just like the Peyton Manning Ryan Leaf thing. This is that same type of not the same, but you got one guy that's ascending where the other guy is going the other direction. So yeah, but yeah, so I gotta go. I gotta go with the Saints on that game. That defense is always playing well. Let's see. Is that at home for the Saints as well?
Yeah, at the Saints at the
Yeah,
Saints.
man, it's always rocking in Louisiana, man. So yeah, first game of the season. It is loud in that dome. Got to go with the Saints.
So I um I definitely think the Saints are probably the better team. I do like the moves that the Panthers made. I agree we should have saw more of Bryce. He didn't play till like the last game. Um, I feel like he should have gotten a lot of reps. I do think that he's gonna improve. I mean, he could go nowhere but up from what he did last season. I don't think he'll ever reach CJ Stroud's heights.
Mhm.
But I think he can still bounce back and be a solid starter. Um, and I also feel like just off a first game of the season type of thing that this is another upset alert.
Mm,
Because I feel like Derek Carr is going in the opposite direction.
mm,
And I don't have much faith in him. And by the end of the season, Spencer Rattler is going to be the starting quarterback there.
mm.
Um, I feel like they've been going backwards ever since Sean Payton left.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Panthers in an upset. Um,
Ooh.
New England, Cincinnati, at Cincinnati. Who you got?
Easy call. That's what we call the low bearing fruit. And it's in Cincinnati. I'm expecting a blowout. We all know the Patriots are in rebuild mode. Um, so who did they announce is gonna be their starter?
Jacoby Brissett.
Okay, so they went with Brissett. Okay. That won't be for long. Drake may outshine him in the preseason, as well as, I mean, it's his job anyway soon. But yeah,
I think they
Brissett is,
just they know they're bad and they don't want to ruin the kid right out the gate.
it's smart. It's smart. We've seen it happen, and there's no reason to do that because he's shown some very nice, good moments during the preseason. So, but yeah, got to go with Cincinnati. It's gonna be a blowout. I'm looking at that's probably gonna be 27-7, 30-3. That's gonna be one of those games that you're gonna cut off early.
Yeah. Cincinnati is a team that I worry about. They lost Joe Mixon. Chase is in the contract dispute. They lost Tyler Boyd. Um, but I'm not, I'm not gonna take the bait on this one. I'm not even gonna
Not
play
this week.
around with it. That's
This ain't the week.
Cincinnati. But I did. This is a team that I do worry about
Yeah,
for the season. They took some L's this offseason.
yeah.
Um,
Joe come to camp looking like Slim Shady.
man.
Hey,
Oh,
Jamal still ain't got his bag yet, so they do got some things going on. But
yeah.
we know
So
it's
I
coming though.
definitely worry about them. Um, but moving on, the Steelers at the Falcons. That's gonna be an interesting one right
All
there.
right, all right,
Who you got?
all right, man. Now we finally getting into some close ones. I am gonna go with Peace Up, A Town Down. Got to go ATL for that pick. Um, hey, I am a closet Kirk Cousins fan. Not gonna lie, man. He doesn't have legs. He does talk a lot of crap, but man, when he's on, he is on. I got to give him his props, and I think he got something to prove. Unlike what we saw in Pittsburgh, where Russell Wilson he couldn't get the young pup off his heels. I think right now, like Kirk Cousins, as long as he's healthy and that leg is ready to go, he gonna do what it takes to keep Michael Penix with a clipboard in his hand. He does not want to lose his position. This is actually this is actually getting ready to be like any given Sunday. Like he he don't want to get Rip don't want to give up that position.
Not at all.
Hey, he gonna play his heart out to not get that position out, bro. You know that, right? Kirk
Oh
Cousins is
yeah.
not. He is not
Oh
finna
yeah.
get. He not going down easy, and I love it.
100%.
I love it.
100%.
They pushing the old man because he feels like I got this bag, but I came here to win, and I think he got a chip on his shoulder because of this. So I'm going with Atlanta in that game. I like what they did in the offseason. They got better on defense than the draft, and I think they got a chance. They should win that division, if you ask me.
Yeah, I like that. I love this team. I love what they did this offseason. I think Kirk Cousins is going to be dynamic for them. It's going to definitely change everything for them. Um, I do worry about how long it takes because remember he's coming off an injury,
Yeah,
so um, he didn't have a full off season to work with these boys. How long does it take for them to get that chemistry together? I
yeah.
think it might take a few weeks to, before we see the full how they gel.
Okay.
The same could be said for Russell Wilson on the other side, though. Um, but I do like the Steelers' defense.
Yeah.
Um, but I just don't trust Russell Wilson right now, so I'm gonna have to go with the Falcons as well. But that that
That's a
could be
pick
a
'em.
fun game, but it
That's a
also
pick
could
'em.
be a sloppy game.
No, that's a pick 'em. And where are they playing that game at?
It's in Atlanta. It's in
Oh
Atlanta.
yeah.
It's at Mercedes.
Let's see what the weather's looking like. This is supposed to rain this weekend because we're in a storm season. So depending on what the weather looks like, as long as it's sunshine,
Well, they
I
got
think
that dome over there anyway.
and I forgot about that. And the big thing too, I think this is going to be one of those like first week of the season. It's going to be a lot of high scores. It's going to be a lot of high scores.
Yeah. Moving on. One of everybody's favorites. Yeah, one of everybody's new for everybody's a Houston Texans fan now. The Texans at the Colts, division rivals, right out the gate. CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson trying to bounce back. Number 2 versus number 4 from last year. I know who you got, but tell the people who you got.
All right, so time for me to put on my JJ hat. Going with the upset. Going with the
Ooh.
upset. I think everybody is sipping on the Houston Texans Kool-Aid right now. Everybody's talking about how great they are, all the great additions, how they're getting ready to run the division. Um, I really truly believe that this is going to be a close game, and it's long depending on turnovers and how things roll. Because one thing we all know is Diggs does like getting the ball. I want to see how that's going to work out. If he's not getting the ball when he wants, I want to see, is he going to complain? Is he going to create any turmoil over there? Or are they just going? Or is it going to be just be
He
smooth?
he might not be the number 1.
He's not. He's not. Let's be honest here. You just got here, bro.
Yeah,
It's nice. Yeah, you got some great accolades. Your number's cool, but man, this dude named Tank Dell that that has
he
really
dy
developed a
he
great
dynamic.
relationship with her.
He
That like,
dynamic.
yeah, so he
And
might not. So
Nico.
I want to see what's gonna happen. Plus, I mean, the elephant in the room is what is Richardson really gonna be? Is he Cam 2.0 or not? Can he come out there and command the game and take over? And I mean, we saw what Gardner Minshew did with his weapons last year. They brought back those same guys. He got a great running back, one of the best in the league. You got one of the great, got Pitts, one of the best wide receivers in the league. I mean,
Yeah, Michael Pittman, Josh
dude, yeah,
Downs.
Pittman. I said Pitts, Pittman. So I mean, yeah, I mean, like,
And who
dude,
else? Didn't they get one of them Texas boys? Mitchell? Didn't Mitchell go there?
I think so. I think so. So that's the thing. They got better, and I really think that I think it's a chance for the upset. And they're in Indianapolis. So I'm going with the upset. I'm going with a 27-24.
I
I think it's
like
gonna
it.
be
I like
a
it.
lot of running. I think they're gonna run the ball a lot, and I think that's gonna be the game.
I like it. I gotta be honest. My guess was wrong. I did not know who you was gonna pick in that one. You've
Yeah.
talked about Anthony Richardson so much that I was
I'm
like,
not an
"Ain't no
Anthony
way."
Richardson fan, but hey, he hasn't played in over a year. They come out there and just bully ball.
Yeah,
He's good for that, you
you
know.
got Taylor, the running back, but
Yeah,
I agree. I like the changes that Indy made. I'm not the biggest Anthony Richardson fan, but I love him being paired up with Shane Steichen. I think he'll be able to get the best out of him. Like you said, we saw him go crazy with Gardner Minshew last year,
yeah.
who I don't think will have the same effect in Vegas that he did again. I think
Ooh.
that was Shane Steichen. We saw it with Philly's decline and Indy's rise. Um, but yeah, I like the fit there, but I'm gonna go with the Texans in this one. I do think it'll be a close one, though. I don't think you're crazy for calling that upset.
Okay.
Um, they gonna put some pressure on them each time they play them. This is gonna be a legit division rival. Um, but I'm gonna rock. I'm gonna go with the Texans in this one. I'm gonna go with the Texans. I think they just got too much firepower, and we already know what CJ can do.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Still so many question marks for Anthony Richardson. The potential is there, but we know what CJ could do. And
Facts.
they added Joe Mixon on top of that. I think that's an addition that don't get talked about as much. You add Joe Mixon to that offense with Diggs and Tank Dell and Nico Collins and what's the
What's the
tight
tight
end?
end? Yeah,
Um,
we go.
I know Cade Stover, who they drafted from Ohio
Nah,
State, but
no,
then
the
the
kid from
one that
Dallas that
came
they
from
got.
Dallas.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm blanking on his name right now. I know him too, and it's gonna come to me as soon as I change the team. But they got such a dynamic offense over there,
Yeah.
and then the defense is coming into their own. They added some more pieces. They're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem. Um, but moving forward, the Vikings at the Giants.
Mm.
Who you taking in this probably the least watched game of opening weekend?
Man, you called that on the button too, right?
Only local, only local.
Man, no, the Giants fans are gonna be excited no matter what. I gotta get it. They stick with their team no matter what. That was gonna be a tough one to call. And Daniel Jones is not a bad quarterback. I know we joke, we give him a hard time all the time. But at the end of the day, he is not a horrible quarterback. That defense is pretty decent. They did get better on the defensive side. They did get better on the offensive side. I mean, bringing in a guy like Malik Neighbors makes your team better. I don't care who you are. On the other side of it, seeing the Vikings are coming into this season with a brand new quarterback, no matter what. You know, they're coming in with a guy that's not played for them, a guy that is not familiar with their wide receivers, their running back. I mean, this is all brand new for them. I'm not expecting anything big from them this season. I don't know, man. That's another pick'em game. That was, and actually, I'm gonna go on the other side. I said it's gonna be a lot of high scoring games. I think this one's gonna be man, 17 to 14, 14 to 10. Like this is gonna be a bad game to watch, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the division and go with the Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Vikings because I'm a division guy, so I believe that I'm gonna go with that. But that's one of those games, like you said. And hopefully, when is that? Hopefully, that's a 1 o'clock game today. Yep, it is perfect because they need to get that one out the way quick. Good, that's not like the Sunday night game.
Oh, for real.
And look, and we're gonna look at the score. We're gonna look up, and it's gonna be like 30-30 at the third quarter.
So I'm gonna pick the Vikings on this, but I actually think the Vikings will run it up. I
Mm,
think it's gonna be a blowout. Well, at
mm,
least more than 2 scores.
mm,
Um, I think that the Vikings, although Sam Darnold isn't the greatest, but Kevin O'Connor is another one of those play callers that I trust.
mm.
We saw him do it last year with some dynamic games from Dobbs when he first got there. After Kirk Cousins got hot, they won way more. After he got hurt, they won way more games than they were supposed to. Um, so I don't think they're gonna have that. They're gonna have a great season, but I mean, he's still throwing to Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson, and they brought in Aaron Jones. So I think Kevin O'Connor will be able to get a little something out of Sam Darnold, and we might see the best version of Sam Darnold. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings in this one, and I think that they're gonna put up some points. Um, Not only that, they Minnesota they added a couple pieces on defense too. Dallas Turner,
Mm-hmm.
rookie out of Alabama. Um, but moving on, Broncos at the Seahawks. What you got?
Battle of the West, baby. So, um, got to go with Seattle in this one. Reason being, Denver is in rebuild mode. We are seeing them say nothing but great things about Bo Nix. In the preseason, he did look good, but a lot of people look good in the preseason. So we'll make our decisions when the real season starts. So,
They
but
traded away Judy.
Man, they traded away Judy. That defense is looking real thin right now. I don't even think their kick game is good right now. They got a lot of things to do. They got to find out who they are. They need to find a new identity. They got the best coach to do that though. I've always been a coach of Sean. So I mean a fan of Sean as a coach. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do out there and if he can turn that thing around. But I don't think this is the week it's gonna happen. Right now, Seattle, hey, run game's looking good. They're coming in healthy. Wide receiver corps looking good. I mean, they got everything they need. The defense actually beefed up a little bit. They did good in the draft. I think Seattle's really going to be a problem in that division this year. But yeah, I think they're going to get that first win of the season right there. And
Yeah, I agree for all of the same reasons. Seattle, I think a lot of excitement is coming in there. They got that's another team with a triple threat of receivers and a running game. So
Hmm.
um, definitely go on there. Gino is gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
He gonna
That
dice
team
them up.
feeds. If
He
you can
gonna
get
dice them up.
anybody off that team, they always do well in fantasy football. All of them. Anybody on that Seattle team is always fluid on offense. I got to get them props.
Yeah. So moving on, the Raiders at the Chargers. Harbaugh's debut once again.
Mm, at home too. First game of the season. Hey,
Yeah,
Vegas is they limping into the season, man. Like, hey, the casual couch, arm, what they call it, the chair
armchair quarterback.
armchair quarterback with no couldn't name they players, bro. For real, like they got that type of team right now where you don't know who's over there right now. Minshew's coming in as the quarterback. Like you said a couple of weeks ago, he's probably going to end up
Uh,
on the bench by the end of the season with that other guy playing. That's
I,
probably going to be back and forth over there, you know.
yeah, they don't have a good option at quarterback.
Yeah,
Minshew
they don't.
might make it through the season.
Yeah,
He's serviceable.
yeah. But
Um,
yeah,
I,
that's not the future. But
yeah,
but when it comes to who's going to win the game, I think hey, Harbaugh does nothing but win. I mean, he came into a good situation. I think they're going to just play a lot of defense, run that ball. They're not going. I mean, he got Herbert though, so he might throw it around a little bit. He might have some fun with it too. He might come out there and unleash some things as well. I think they're going to really come out there. I think I look at that being a blowout. I think they're going to blow out the Raiders. I don't think that's going to be close. That's going to be an easy first win for him coming back into the league. What you got?
Um, so yeah, I agree. The Raiders don't have much, but they do have a few pieces.
Yeah,
Um, Brock
Crosby.
Bowers, the rookie out of Georgia, Brock Bowers, tight end, Devontae Adams, Max Crosby. Um, they spent a bag on Christian Wilkins from Miami. Um, the defense is still solid. Um, But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chargers here. Still a lot of question marks for the Chargers. No Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. They drafted a receiver in the first round last year, Quentin Johnston, but jury's still out on him. But he didn't look that great. Um, Lad McConkey, rookie out of Georgia, should get a lot of play for them. But it's gonna be a run heavy team. But I think
Mhm.
they'll get the W on this one. Yeah, I think they should be able to take down the Chargers. I mean the Raiders. Moving on, the Commanders at the Buccaneers. Who you got?
All right. The coming out party for that boy Daniels.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I can't wait to see what he looks like. I don't think this is the week though. I think Tampa Bay gonna slap them around. Hey, this is right now Tampa Bay is a good team. They're building on what they did last year. I think they're gonna continue to play well. I think Washington's gonna put up a fight. I'm not expecting them to just go out, but I think the first couple of games they got to find their identity too. You got a rookie quarterback, rookie coach, brand new team. The Commanders have not been a good team in a while. So I'm not expecting them to just jump out the gate and start out being good. If they win, kudos to them. But I think Tampa Bay's solid enough that they're gonna do their thing. That Evans connection
With Baker.
with Baker. That's something nice to see. I think they're gonna come out and throw the ball around. And that defense, I mean, even though they lost a couple of pieces, I think that defense is still gonna play solid. I think that's gonna be another easy win. 27-10, something like that. 24-13,
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna go Buccaneers as well. Although I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Jaden Daniels' debut. I'm
Hmm.
still really upset that they traded Jahan Dotson though. I,
Yeah.
I I didn't do a lot of research in that. I don't know if he's maybe a locker room problem or whatnot, but that's odd to get rid of a young receiver like that when you got a first year quarterback. Um, so I'm going with the Bucks here. Um, just more of them developing that chemistry, picking it back up from last year.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm rocking with them. Um, the Cowboys at the Browns in what is Tom Brady's first game in the booth.
The GOAT. That's gonna be fun to watch, and not only fun to watch, but just hearing Tom do his thing because Tom is a great football mind. It's fun listening to him talk football. He's excited to be up there. This is what they're giving him the $32 million a year for. We didn't understand why, but now we're seeing it. That whatever interview he did was beautiful, and we see what what's coming out of that. But to the game, hey man, Dallas. Hey, I love the fact that they starting to ink people up. They starting to try to get that together real quick before the season starts. I mean, I mean, and I think truthfully, hey, that's a quiet pickup. People are not giving them enough props for grabbing Dalvin Cook. That is something they needed a guy to offset. What they already know. Of course, both of those guys are a little old. I know everybody's saying that, so I'm gonna put the caution tape up. Yes, running backs don't last after 5 years. We all know that injuries, all of that. But I think as long as these guys can stay upright, they're gonna complement each other. Now they just gotta, get back some money. They got to get out the doghouse with that. But on the game this Sunday, because I think all that matters, man. That's a lot going on in their locker room. Trying to figure
Absolutely.
out what's going to happen with the team, who's staying, who's going, who's going to get paid. You got to get that out the way. But Cleveland, I mean, did they overpay Deshaun? You know, is he done? I mean, was he those couple of years? Did that hurt him not playing? He has not looked nowhere near like the Deshaun Watson that we saw. That played in Houston before everything happened. So this year is going to matter. I think he has something to prove. I think he's going to come out and try to do that. I'm expecting another running gun game. I think that's going to be a high scoring game, 30-27, 20, 27-24. I think so it's gonna be that's gonna be a good game to watch. I'm expecting good things in that game. Oh,
Nice.
and it's a
Yeah.
afternoon Fox game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yes.
gonna be a
Yes,
big
sir.
game.
So man, it's definitely gonna be a good game. I agree there. I feel like the Cowboys will regress a little bit this year. Um, and I'm not being a hater or anything like that. I don't dislike the Cowboys. I like some of their players. Um, but I feel like the running game is definitely gonna take a hit with the
Mm,
loss of Pollard and the offensive line. I feel like a lot of guys went with Dan Quinn over to
mm,
Washington and did not get replaced. So
mm.
I worry about the offensive line, especially with the lack of a running game. Dak gonna be throwing the ball an awful lot. So
But
I
I earned that
worry
60 mil.
I worry about him. But like you said, we've seen so little from Deshaun Watson since he's gone to Cleveland. It's hard to know what they are.
Yeah,
So for this first game, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys, even though the Browns are favored, slight favorites. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the boys on this one. Um, we know for the most part what they are. Um, First Sunday night game, a playoff rematch. Rams at the Lions.
Yes, sir. And before we move on, I got to say this last thing about the Cowboys too. With CD holding out like he did, that might have did something for them that they needed. It gave Zach a chance to get familiar with those other guys because he force fed the crap out of CD last season, and now he has a chance to, because they're gonna be throwing the ball a lot, like you said. So that might have helped them with him not being around, so he can get used to throwing it to somebody else because he know what he has with CD. So, but yeah, to that Sunday night game, man.
Hopefully.
Hey, right now, football gods, we are not New York Jets fans. We're not really the biggest, what's the name fans? Aaron Rodgers, but we don't want to see the man get hurt in the first series. Like,
Well, hold on. Wait, not Aaron Rodgers. It's the Rams and the Lions. Rams
oh,
and the
I'm on the
Lions.
wrong game. Okay, Rams
Sunday.
Lions first. Okay, right. I'm on Sunday. I jumped right to Monday. Okay, so Sunday night. Hey, that's gonna be another great game, man. The Rams were hurt a lot of last season. I think they coming back retooled. You got Cup coming back fresh. You got Patur coming back fresh. The run game looking good. They did good bringing in guys to You know, they did lose a big guy on defense. Yeah, I know I killed that man. Shut
I
up.
had to think who you was talking about, then it just clicked in who not put I was like, who the hell is Pachua? Puka Nakua. Okay.
Nakua. I put it all
I,
together.
I was sitting there like, okay.
Puka Nakua. Nakua. I said Nakua. All right. But no, man, the Rams offense is coming back solid. They're coming back really good. The defense is gonna be looking good
The
again.
young
They
running
did
back,
it.
Kieran Williams.
Man, they're gonna be flying around on both sides of the ball. So I'm expecting them to have a good season. But as well as for Detroit. I mean, Detroit, all they did was lock in their best guys that had great seasons. They did great on drafting and signing guys for that defense. Oh man, it's gonna be another high scoring game. I think that one's gonna be another back and forth. I'm gonna stay in the division and go with Detroit, man. I'm gonna go with Detroit, and they're close one. I'm actually gonna go with Detroit by a field goal at the buzzer. I'm gonna go with that. That's the type of game that we're gonna have to end off
Like
the
it.
first week of football before we go into Monday. I think that's the end of the night. I think that's gonna be one of those great games that if you miss it, you're gonna be mad. It's gonna be a good game.
I like it. I like it. I too think that it's gonna go down to the wire, a late last minute game. You're gonna have to stay up that night and watch
Yeah,
this. Um, but I feel like the Rams get a little bit of revenge. Sean McVay get us some a little bit of revenge.
mm,
Um, I like both of them Florida State boys they drafted on that defensive line
yeah,
over there.
yeah,
Yeah, that's your neck of the woods. So you know about those guys, Braden Fisk
yeah,
and Jared Verse. They're gonna be a problem. Nice little combo over there. You talked about Nakua and Cup.
yeah.
I like the running back, Kieran Williams and Sean McVay.
Jalen Ramsey. I mean, we didn't talk about
Yeah,
him.
Jalen Ramsey. I I think the Lions are once again gonna have a dynamic season, but I think Sean McVay is gonna go in there and steal one. I like the upset there. And the last game of the week, Monday night,
All right.
the Jets at the 49ers. Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully
Now,
he
like
can
I was
complete.
saying,
Yeah.
football gods. Let the man stand up right. Now, but that's going to be a great game. I think the 49ers are not going to let up. They are going to test him. They're going to try to put him on his butt. We're going to find out what the Jets are made of real quick. I got to go with the 49ers in that game because this is Aaron Rodgers' first football game in over 365 days. you know, there's got to be some rust there. I know he is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, but there's got to be some rust there. I think the first half of the game might be close, but I think 49ers is going to end up pulling it out in the second half. And it should be 30-17, 30-20, somewhere in that range. But I think it'll start out good. I think it's going to be nice, and I think Aaron Rodgers will make it to the first game. Hopefully, I'm believing that he's going to stay upright. That was kind of a freak thing to see him go down so fast last year. So I'm hoping for the best for their team and their franchise. But I got to go with the 49ers. Every year they are right back right where they belong. They didn't lose anything last year. They came back with the same exact team. Actually a little bit more fresher, no injuries. So got to go 49ers.
Yeah. I gotta rock with you on this one. Again, hopefully Aaron Rodgers completes the game.
Yeah.
I being a lifelong Bears fan, I can relate to Jets fans. Um, I feel bad for them. I want to see them have a good one. But I think the 49ers right now, they go into a team that still has championship aspirations. Fresh off a Super Bowl loss. Brock Purdy still trying to get paid. So I think they finna go into a buzz saw in San Francisco. So I like San Fran on this one.
Yes,
And this,
sir.
yeah. Um, so there you have it. There's week one. Um, And just before we get out of here, not really much more to go over with. We ain't gonna keep you too much longer, but just real quick, wanted to talk about our fantasy football. we had our draft last week. Didn't get a chance to do it live. Apologies for that, but
Yeah.
we still got into it, man, and we finna have some fun with this thing, man. How you like your team, D Snow? Let's just talk a little bit
Hey,
about your roster. You want to tell the people what you rocking with?
all right. So to let y'all know, so first of all, who won't smoke with D? Perfect name. You got to have a cool name. But man, Jalen Hurts at the quarterback, CeeDee Lamb, and Puka Nakua at the wide receivers. And that's just. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, my running back room isn't as thick as it can be, but I mean, you can't go wrong. I got Cook. I got the younger Cook out of Buffalo. I got Montgomery out of Detroit, and then I got Alvin Kamara on the bench. So I don't think I'm doing bad there.
Got some
Um,
heavy hitters.
hey, my tight end, I got Laporta. I mean, my other wide receivers that I got just chilling in the cut to let you know what kind of team I'm working with. I got Devontae Adams and I got Pittman. I got those two. They just land in the cut, ready to get put in position. So, but at
I
any
like
moment, I could bring Purdy off the bench. I mean, my defense, I got Cleveland at this defense, and then I got the best kicker in the league. I got Butker. So
I'm sure
I
Big
can't
Money
complain.
probably mad you got Purdy.
Oh yeah, of course he is. I'll probably get some type of trade request sometime soon. And oh yeah, I'm gonna make him pay. I'm gonna make him pay. I'm gonna make him pay like he wanted my jersey and I know you just got a $25 million signing bonus. Yeah, I need that. $1 million for this number.
he
You got it.
he got
cash
he put
cash
together a
at
nice
me.
he got him a nice squad too though. He got him a nice squad too.
Oh yeah.
Big Money got his team is what my homies.
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so he got Anthony Richardson, who man, them mobile quarterbacks give you some good fantasy points. Um, Amon-Ra St. Brown and AJ Brown brothers. Uh, Devin A. Chain and Joe Mixon, Kyle Pitts,
Hey,
Chris Olave. He got Moody and he got the Frisco defense. So he got some heavy hitters. He got some heavy
yeah.
hitters. And
What you looking like?
my squad, I got Joe Burrow, I got Justin Jefferson, I got DJ Moore. Oh, my team name is that's my DJ. I got Saquon Barkley and Travis Etienne Jr. I got Travis Kelsey. I got I got Stephon Diggs, and I got the Bears kicker and the Bears defense. So we all got some good firepower. I
Yeah,
like
that
my
ain't bad at
running
all.
game though. Saquon and ETN, that should be fun.
Yeah, it is. That's nice.
Yes, sir. So this gonna be a fun thing, man. I can't wait to get into it with y'all.
It's gonna be fun.
But all in all, man, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, sir.
um, we definitely appreciate everybody that's been rocking with the channel. And who knows what the future holds for us. Like D Snow says, something crazy is gonna happen and we're gonna want to chat about it and get together and go live or post something. We'll see. But definitely appreciate rocking with y'all weekly for quite some time. Cause this channel went from before on my sports, it was on my hoops. And we did the on my bull. We did a
Hey,
lot. We've been doing this for a little while.
and that's what shows that it's gonna come back. It ain't gone forever, man. It's just this is not goodbye. This is see you next time.
Yeah, we
Because no matter
retool it
what,
and come back as something else.
we're gonna find a way to make it work. We love y'all. Everybody that sticks with us, that shows us love. I want to give a lot of love to John. He does all the production. He makes all of this stuff look pretty. Only thing we do is come up here and support and just talk. This man does a lot to make this show possible, and we do appreciate you, bro, and everything you do for us, the fans, for the culture. And we're gonna find a way to make it work because we know the ears need us. We just need y'all to, what I'm saying, show more love. Keep showing, keep sharing us, keep letting everybody know we got going on. But to the fans, man, everybody that has been rocking with us, thank y'all, man, for real. We do appreciate y'all. We've had some great
100%.
moments.
100%. Main thing, get them schedules right. We all got varying schedules, so it's kind of hard to all get together, but we definitely appreciate it. And as always, from us here at On My Sports, with y'all. We love y'all. And we'll holler. Peace.
Till the next time, y'all. Stay safe out there.